Hello, my name is Quaidave, and this is a demo for a project I made in Java. I'm sorry I'm recording my phone instead of a screencast. My screencaster is being kind of weird, and I have had trouble with my computer's audio, so I'm just doing this with my phone. Let's see. Well, to start off with, let's make sure the program runs. It's always the most important part. The program does run. This program initializes a skill tree, just a basic one I've hard coded in, and the goal is to move through them, to move through skills. I have levels to them, but I haven't gotten quite to that. I want to make a GUI for it that I can push buttons. I can move through it like a dynamic skill tree, like you see in a lot of video games. If I go down to my skill base, this is my parent class, to skill tree, to skills anyway, but it goes and describes what a skill is. Skills have names, they have a description, they have, are they unlocked, what's their condition. All my skills here are going to start locked as I move through them, and they have prerequisites. Sometimes they have the prerequisites in this case are all going to be skills, like lower level skills. This is just a matter of keeping track of skills, like make a goal board of like skills you want. That's the kind of idea. I go through, I have my constructor, my getters. I have my unlock function here when I want to unlock a skill, and then can it unlock, which is going to generally return false, but I'll override it in the next. I have an override for it in the next in skills here. Here, skills is just a child element or child file of a child class of skill base. It's just here so I can override unlock. It has a little construction here. It's not doing a whole lot here, just enough to give me some flexibility. Over here, player progress is how I'm going to unlock skills. Gives me options to like see the player's progress. This is all the skills are being compiled here in Skill Factory and Skill Tree. This is where they're getting like all put together, like the list of all the skills and adding skills in, pulling skill out. I've really enjoyed these in Java, figuring out like these methods here where you take a list and then you turn it into a stream, and then in this case I'm filtering it. I'm going through and I'm checking for a name that equals the specific name here. The one that's passed in is parameters, and I'm finding the first one that is, and then if there's none, then it returns null. I'll probably need to throw an exception in for this one later. I'll throw you skill factories where I have made some initial skills. I've just hard-coded them in, and I have just the basic idea of my methods for defining all of my skills, the levels of the tiers of skills, I guess. The first one is my root skills, and I have the mid-level skills, I have advanced skills and expert skills. And the whole idea is that they can go through and the ones I've initialized anyway, the ones I've just made, I can once I make the GUI, the idea is there'll be a button with just one, and then I click with a whole list of them, and then I click, and the first one's I'm able to click, and I click it, and then and then now I'm able to click the next one to kind of keep track. I'll need to make a place for those to be recorded later, but in general it just shows a skill tree, but they're dependent on each other, all of them. Like here in the file that run, first it checked. The first thing it does is that it checks. Here, I'll show you in the actual program itself. It goes ahead and it checks if the skills are like it checks if they can be unlocked before the prerequisites, and then it can't, which is what it needs to be. And then it goes ahead and unlocks a prerequisite, and then it shows true. And then it does that for the advanced skills, just to show that they're working. But yeah, that's the kind of idea of my little project here. It needs a bit of work, but It'll be fun.